What's up, everybody? And Tani, and with me is Ryan Wyckoff. And today we're going to be talking about continuous integration pipelines, DevOps, and things to improve your code quality. So let's get to it. If you're a software developer, you're probably familiar with the concept of CI pipelines, but if you're not, don't worry, we've got you covered. In short, CI pipelines are automated processes that allow developers to integrate their code changes into a shared code repository frequently and quickly. This helps reduce the time and effort required to identify and fix bugs, overall increasing the efficiency and quality of the development process. So here's how it works. A developer commits their code into a shared code repository, which then triggers an automated build, test, and deployment process of a CI pipeline. That pipeline provides feedback to the developers in real time, allowing them to identify and fix any issues that may arise. CI pipelines are incredibly helpful for software developers because they enable them to quickly and easily identify issues in their code and fix things before they cause any problems in production. They can help ensure that the code base is always in a releasable state, reducing the risk of introducing bugs or breaking changes. It helps developers save a ton of time and reduces the risk of human error through automation. And since CI pipelines facilitate collaboration by providing real-time feedback and more frequent additions to shared code repositories, teams can work more efficiently and faster to produce higher quality work. Now, there are several CI pipeline tools that you may have heard of: Jenkins, Circle CI, Azure. Each tool has its own strengths and weaknesses, but they all essentially do the same thing: help you automate various steps in your build, test, and deployment process. Now, what are some of those steps, you might be wondering? Well, I'll pass it over to Ryan to talk about a common process, which is called unit and integration testing.
Thanks. Unit testing is a testing method that verifies the behavior of individual units or components of a software application in isolation. It ensures that each unit of code is working as intended and detects and fixes defects before they propagate to a higher level integration test. Typically, this involves writing automated test cases and checking results against expected outcomes. Integration testing, on the other hand, tests the interaction between different units or components of a software application. It ensures that the integrated system works as expected and identifies and fixes defects in the interaction between different components. It can be performed at different levels, including module, subsystem, and system levels, and catches defects that cannot be caught by unit testing, such as defects in the interactions between the components. By using both unit testing and integration testing, developers can ensure that the code behaves as expected, both in isolation and when integrated with other components. This helps find and fix defects early in the development process. Now, let's talk about Code Scroll Controller Tester. This is a software unit testing tool for embedded systems using controller-based programming. It was developed by VCubed, a software engineering company, and supports a wide range of popular controller types. Code Scroll Controller Tester provides an easy-to-use interface for creating and running test cases. It includes features such as simulating different input conditions and tracking test results. This helps improve code quality, reduce development time, and increase overall productivity for developers working with controller-based embedded systems. One of the great things about Code Scroll Controller Tester is that it can help prevent bugs after code changes by ensuring that the changes made to the code do not introduce any new defects or unintended consequences. For example, let's say you add a new feature to control the temperature of a heating element in the system. You could create a test case that simulates different temperature settings and verifies the heating element responds correctly. You could also create a test case that simulates an error condition, such as a sensor failure, and verify that the system handles the error correctly. By running these test cases using Code Scroll Controller Tester, you can quickly identify any defects or unintended consequences introduced by the changes. This can help you catch and fix issues early before they propagate to a higher level integration test, or even worse, into production. Unit and integration testing is a very useful step. This is often paired with coverage analysis, another common step in CI pipelines. And next, Amol can give us an introduction on how this works.
So code coverage metrics are like X-ray vision for software development. They help you see how much of your code is being tested and where there might be some gaps. By analyzing coverage metrics, you can identify areas of your code that may need more attention and focus your testing efforts accordingly. There are different types of coverage metrics that you can use: statement coverage, branch coverage, and path coverage. Statement coverage measures how many executable statements in your code have been tested, while branch coverage checks if all decision points in your code have been tested, and path coverage measures if all possible execution paths in your code have been tested. And if you're wondering how to get started with coverage metrics, we've got you covered. Today, we're excited to talk about our tool, Quality Scroll Cover. Cover is an awesome tool that provides a comprehensive set of coverage analysis tools that can integrate in your software development process. It measures statement, branch, and path coverage, identify untested code, and prioritize your testing efforts. Let's say you're working on a code that includes a switch statement. Cover can help you easily see which cases in the switch statement have been tested and which have not. This can help you identify untested code and focus your testing efforts accordingly, ensuring that all cases in the switch statement are adequately tested. By integrating Cover in your software development process, you can prevent untested code from making it into production, reducing the risk and defects, improving overall code quality. Cover is available in the cloud and on-prem, making it super easy to integrate. And that's why coverage metrics are so important and how Cover can help you improve your code quality. Now, the last thing commonly in CI pipelines that we haven't talked about yet is static analysis. Static analysis can be a very useful step, and I will let Ryan give us some background on how this is and how you can enforce code compliance efficiently with code scroll static.
Yeah, static analysis is a software testing technique that involves examining source code to identify potential defects, vulnerabilities, and adherence to coding standards. It is a method of analyzing code without executing it and can be used to track code quality, maintainability, and compliance with coding standards. Static analysis works by analyzing the code against a set of predefined rules or rule sets. These rule sets can include coding standards, best practices, security guidelines, and other quality metrics. The rule set can be customized to fit the specific needs of a project or organization. The analysis produces a report that identifies issues found in the code and provides suggestions for improvement. There are several metrics that are used in static analysis to track code quality, maintainability, and compliance with these standards. These metrics include code quality metrics such as code complexity, maintainability index, and code coverage, which can be used to track the overall quality of a code base over time. By measuring these metrics at regular intervals, developers can identify areas of the code that may be more difficult to maintain or prone to defects and take action to improve them. One specific example of a coding standard is the use of go-to rule in the automotive industry. This rule prohibits the use of the go-to statement in C code because it can make the code more difficult to understand and maintain and can lead to bugs and errors. By using a static analysis tool that checks for compliance with this rule, developers can ensure their code adheres to the MISRA rule set and is more reliable and maintainable. Code Scroll Static is a static analysis tool that can help developers identify potential defects and vulnerabilities in their code. It provides a customizable rule set that can be tailored to fit the specific needs of the project or organization. Code Scroll Static can be integrated into the software development process to provide continuous analysis of the code base. It also provides the option for incremental analysis, which allows only analyzing parts of the code that have been changed, significantly reducing the time required for analysis. Code Scroll Static visualizes code metrics, allowing developers to quickly identify areas of the code that may require further attention. This makes it easy for developers to understand the results of the analysis and take action to improve the code. Code Scroll Static identifies a violation of the MISRA rule that requires functions to have a declared return type. It will flag that issue in the report and provide guidance on how to address the violation. This could include adding a return type to the function or modifying the function to remove the need for a return type altogether. Automatic detection of these rules makes it much easier for engineers to improve code quality. To conclude, static analysis is a powerful software testing technique that can help developers identify potential defects and vulnerabilities and adherence to coding standards in their code base. By using static analysis tools like CodeScroll Static, developers can ensure that their code is reliable, maintainable, and compliant with established standards. By tracking metrics like code complexity, maintainability index, and security vulnerabilities, developers can continuously improve the quality of their code over time. With the ability to customize rule sets and integrate them into the software development process, static analysis tools like CodeScroll Static can become an essential part of any development workflow. Anything else you want to say to close out the discussion, Amol?
No, I believe that's all we have for today. So thanks again for watching, everyone. And thank you, Ryan, for joining us. We hope you found this video helpful in understanding continuous integration pipelines, unit testing, code coverage, and static analysis. By implementing these practices in your software development process, you can improve the quality of your code, reduce bugs, save time, and increase productivity. Remember, there are several CI pipeline tools, Jenkins, Circle CI, others you may have heard, that can help you automate your build, test, and deploy process. Unit and integration testing along with coverage analysis are crucial steps in your development process. Cover, for example, is an amazing tool that can help you measure and analyze coverage metrics. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more great content.